Hi everybody, it's Lovely with another Brightline Eating vlog. It is occurring to me, it occurred to me yesterday as I was eating my lunch that through this program there's been a shift in what food is to me. And I realized this because I had made one of my favorite lunches, which I call my charcuterie lunch. It's charcuterie. And I've gotten these really amazing, really teeny tiny baby tomatoes that are so flavorful. And as I was eating, I had those. I had cucumbers, hummus, bell peppers, some salami and cheese. That's my usual. And as I was eating these little baby tomatoes, I was thinking, I would not be eating this. I would have grabbed something. I was on my way somewhere, and I just put it all together in a bag. Excuse me. And I realized, I was like, I wouldn't be eating this if I wasn't on Brightline. This healthy, amazing lunch. And I would have grabbed a sandwich, I would have grabbed maybe even fast food, which I used to do a little more increasingly right before I started, I would say for the year before I started Brightline, which I had not done in a long time. Anyway, I would have grabbed something quick, and it would have just been carbs and protein, and that's it. And so I'm eating this little baby tomato, and I'm realizing as I look back on this yesterday that I'm loving myself through food instead of numbing myself through food. I'm loving my body. And the other thing is, I thought going on this no flour, no sugar. First of all, I didn't think I could do it long before. I knew this was the answer. It wasn't like, reading Susan's book was like, oh, really? If I went off sugar and flour, I would lose weight? There was amazing new information about leptin and the science behind what addiction and what happens in our body that I really loved and was like, yeah, that makes so much sense. But the actual food plan, I'd seen, I'd heard of and seen many people in Overeaters Anonymous who had 100-pound weight loss and kept it off. This is what they did: weighed and measured, and they didn't eat flour or sugar. It wasn't a surprise. But I was always of the, mindset that I was like, oh, that would not just be difficult. That is impossible for me. I could never do that. And the funny thing is, now that I'm doing it and I'm on week 7, and people ask me, when they're around me, they're like, oh, you're on your food plan? What's your food plan? And I tell them, that is the first thing that most people say. Oh, I could never do that. And I say to them, yeah, I said the same exact words. You'd be surprised. So anyway, because I thought that it would feel too oppressive. I'd feel oppressed by the fact that I couldn't have all these things. And granted, I had given up sugar I'd given up desserts before starting Brightline, and I'd been off desserts for most of the 6 years before. And that was an amazing amount of training. It was like the training program I had to get into Brightline, I think. I just didn't know it. But I really, give up all bread, all flour. That was never something I could imagine. And I'm doing it, and I'm amazed. It's not easy, but it's definitely not as hard as I thought. And I'm just realizing that I get to love myself through food. I get to love myself. I get to feed and nourish myself through food instead of numb myself out, instead of, hurt myself, instead of kill myself. I'm doing the opposite. I'm giving myself life. I'm giving myself love every time I put something in my mouth. So, feeling a lot of gratitude today, and I wanted to share that with with all of you. I'm lovely, and all of you are I'm lovely, and so are all of you. And grateful to be in this community.